The turn of the century saw a rapid increase in the popularity of the motor car. Steam-powered automobiles had been around for some time, and by 1900 the technology was well established and reliable, compared to the loud and hazardous internal combustion engine and shorter-range electric cars. The Courier in 1900 published a prediction by inventor and car enthusiast David Solomons, who predicts steam-powered cars would be the car of the future. This would have been a reasonable prediction at the time, but advances in the internal combustion engine just 10 years later would spell the beginning of the end for steam-powered cars. David Solomons does, however, make a very prophetic prediction that pollution produced by petrol cars would eventually become unacceptable, and a switch to electric cars would be made. From 1845 to 1852, Ireland experienced a famine due to a potato blight and government failure that led to great suffering whose after effects are still felt to this day. But in November 1845, the Lincolnshire Chronicle and General made a bold and ultimately woeful prediction that the reports were grossly and wickedly exaggerated, and that potatoes are abundant and their losses trifling, ending by stating that there were no grounds for alarm, and that there is ample food to prevent any approach to a famine. The reality is captured in the Western Times just over a year later. Hitler and peace are two words that don't easily go together, but in the 1933 Hampshire Telegraph and Post, an article appeared titled, "Hitler Backed, What He Has Done for Germany, quote, a true man of peace," unquote. In the article, Rotarian Atkins is quoted as declaring Hitler a man of peace, who has brought order and peace to the nation and given hope where there was none. Atkins implores us to leave him alone and not to discourage him from his task. Regarding the cruelties that had taken place, Atkins states, "You could not make an omelette without breaking eggs." Many more eggs would be broken 6 months after the penning of this article, during the Night of the Long Knives. Beatlemania gripped the country and the world in the 1960s, but the Liverpudlian group's music would go on to completely transform rock music and continues to influence artists today. However, a record review in the Chronicle and Courier in 1963, the year that Beatlemania officially began, accused the Beatles' craze of turning the clock back to the days of the Screamers. The review ends with a prediction that the present Liverpudlian rage would die out, and artists like Nat King Cole and Matt Monro would once again find themselves in the charts. The reviewer would sadly spend the rest of their life grinning and bearing it. The sinking of the luxury cruise liner the Titanic in 1912 was one of the most deadly peacetime maritime disasters in history, and a crushing blow to the ego of British and Irish engineering. Initial reports of the incident in the Evening Star and Daily Herald quote Mr. Franklin, Vice President of the International Mercantile Marine Company, as saying, "If the collision has occurred, the vessel is in no danger, since she is absolutely unsinkable. There's no cause for anxiety." Meanwhile, the Titanic had split in two and sunk to the bottom of the Atlantic, with the shocking reality only becoming fully apparent in the following days. Thank you for watching.